brackets on it today. All right, so expanding brackets using the distributive rule. So the distributive rule means, we've done this before, but 2 bracket 4 plus 2. You can work this out 2 ways. You can add these 2 as you normally would to give 6, and then it's 2 times 6 to give 12. But you also could distribute the 2. In other words, multiply before you add as well. So I'm going to distribute the 2 by multiplying, because the 2 is multiplied by both these things. 2 times 4 gives 8, and 2 times 2 gives 4, and then add together to give 12. So both ways are acceptable. Now the reason for the distributive rule, Dakota, I can give you a new one on Friday.
Thank you.
The reason for the distributive rule is, of course, in algebra, we often cannot add these 2 together. So we have to multiply without the ability to add or subtract inside the brackets. So an example for that would be something like 2 times x plus 3 in brackets plus 5 times 3 minus 2x, something like that. Now this would use the distributive rule. So 2 must be distributed across both these 2, so that's multiplying and multiplying. And 5 must be multiplied by both these, because it's 5 times that. They're 5, so this is going to be 15 anyway, and 6, or no, 10x. Okay, so let's do that one. So 2 times x gives 2x. 2 times the plus 3 gives plus 6. And then plus 5 times 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 5 times minus 2x. So I'm multiplying each term by plus 5 in this bracket. So I got to multiply plus by a minus 2. So it's going to be a minus. Plus 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10x. It's 10 x's. Now at that stage, this is called expanding. I have expanded from here to here is called expanding. That's it, expanded. Now from here to here, I can tidy that up and collect like terms, and remembering we did that, and it's called simplifying, where we collect like terms. So we will simplify. Let's do the x's first. There's 2 x's here, and I need to subtract 10 x's from that. 2x subtract 10x, negative 8 x's. The numbers are just both positive, so they're going to add nice and easily. 6 and 15 give 21, and that's it. Expanded, followed by simplifying. The title, expanding brackets and the distributive rule. Okay. So that is brackets expanded and then simplified. I'm going to go and do one more example because we've done this a number of times, so I'll go through it again. But I'm going to do it, and this is the first time, with negative numbers. All right. And some squares as well in the variables. So if I have x times 2x plus y minus 3 times y minus x squared. Now the key here is to expand and then simplify in 2 steps. So expanding first. So that requires me to multiply by an x, both these terms. Because as we saw on our second example, multiplying them both separately is the same as multiplying them after addition. And because this isn't an option with like terms, unlike terms, you have to multiply without adding. Okay, so x times 2x. So I want to take that as a sidebar over here. X and 2x. Oops, I'll just off screen. So x multiplied, so this is one of the reasons we don't use the multiplication sign, because x times 2x. You could be confused having 3 x's. Well, there's going to be 2 anyway in the answer, because that's 1x times 2, so it's going to be 2. What's x times x then? We know that to be x squared. X times x is x squared. So we will apply that here. You could probably done that a lot quicker than I did. X times 2x gives 2x squared. Or you could write 2xx if you wanted, but we're becoming algebra masters, so we're going to use 2x squared. X now must be multiplied by the second term in the brackets, x times y. Well, that can only be just written xy, just shove them together, because I know xy means x times y. Next bit. -3, take this, the full number, must be multiplied by y, and then secondly multiplied by -x squared. -3 times y, well, that's just -3y's. -3y, shove them together. If they're unlike terms, you just shove them together. This last one now is tricky. -3 times -x squared. That's going to be negative times a negative, which is a positive. And 3 times x squared, just shove them together, 3x squared. Now I look for any like terms. Only the x squareds are alike. I have 2x squareds, and I want to add 3x squareds to it, so I end up with 5x squareds. Plus xy and minus 3y are not the same term, so they are just kept separate. Plus xy minus 3y. And that is it simplified. So from here to here, I was just simplifying. And remember, from here to here is called expanding. So expanding brackets means removing them through multiplication, or sometimes division, but we're just using multiplication for the moment. Okay, so hopefully you guys have taken some notes on that. The only thing we have to do today is you have to correct your homework. So that's substitution of negative numbers and simplifying. So that homework should be corrected in your books.